So for this disaster triage simulation video, I chose the same kind of scenario with the train bus simulation that we did virtually. This video will include the part 1 response phase, which is immediate aftermath of the crash, and then go into part 2, the recovery phase, which includes the community update and the public message. And I chose to address a fictional care team. And something that's very important whenever I'm addressing the fictional care team is that I would be using a tone that is calm but expresses urgency and is directive. So I would start with something like, "Team, we have just arrived on scene at a rural bus train crash, and it is involving approximately 20 victims." I would explain that I will be using, as will they, the START triage model to quickly assess and categorize each patient. And then I would direct them to please follow the model and my instructions closely so that we can cover every person here and save as many lives as possible. I would then go into an explanation about what the START triage model is and say something along the lines of, we will use the colored tags to identify the victims. Red is for immediate care, yellow for delayed care, green for the walking wounded, and black for those who are either deceased or beyond help. I would instruct them to begin by calling out for the victims who can walk and who walk over to them, and then move them to the designated green treatment area so that they can now focus their resources on those who are left who are more critically injured. So then, assess each non-ambulatory victim. Check for respirations, perfusion, and mental status. If respirations are absent after repositioning the airway, you tag the victim black and you move on. If respirations are over 30 per minute or there are signs of poor perfusion such as absent radial pulse or cap refill greater than 2 seconds, tag the patient red and prioritize immediate intervention. So I would explain to them our goal with this as well. So the goal is rapid categorization, not definitive treatment. Remain focused, communicate clearly, and remember that in a mass casualty, speed and accuracy save the most lives. So they would proceed systematically, and then they can update me on the assigned tags. So once the response phase is completed, going into the recovery phase, you address the public and the community during the recovery, and I would have a more empathetic and reassuring and supportive tone, talking slower, making sure to emphasize the support and reassurance. So I would say something along the lines of, as we move from response into recovery after the tragic bus train crash, I want to take a moment to speak to our community. First, I extend my deepest condolences to the families who lost loved ones in this disaster. We also recognize the bravery of the survivors, all the first responders, and healthcare workers who acted quickly under overwhelming circumstances. At this stage, our focus has shifted to ensuring ongoing medical care, emotional support, and community healing. Survivors are receiving follow-up treatments at local hospitals, and counseling services are being made available to both victims and their families. We encourage anyone affected, whether directly or indirectly, to reach out for mental health resources because trauma impacts not only the body, but also the heart and the mind. Community resilience is built on compassion and connection. Please continue to support one another, check on your neighbors, and participate in the blood drives and relief supports as they become available. We are committed to rebuilding, restoring health, and ensuring that preparedness efforts are strengthened so we can face future emergencies with greater coordination. Together, we will heal and move forward.